Namaste and thank you for listening. Today we are going to discuss how to survive Mercury retrograde. First of all, who is Mercury? Everybody says, oh my god, my phone broke, Mercury retrograde. I got into a fight with somebody. Verbally, Mercury retrograde. We tend to blame this planet. This video is designed to teach you guys who Mercury is, Kabbalistically, astrologically, Vedically, mythologically. I'm going to show you which gods you can work with to neutralize the effects of Mercury retrograde. I'm going to go into a little bit of a backstory. Mercury has many names. Cross-culturally, his name is Quetzalcoatl. He's known as the Great Raven to many Alaskan tribes. To the Hopi and the Plains natives, he was known as the Feathered Serpent. To the Maya and Inca as well. He was the one Egyptians, he was known as Thoth or Hermes, Quetzalcoatl, Mercury. He was also known in the Bible as Enoch or El-Qadir. So Mercury had many different names, many different titles. According to mythology, Mercury was born from the nymph Maya and Zeus in Greek mythology. In ancient Vedic astrology, he was the son of the moon and Tara, who was the wife of Jupiter, who the moon abducted, raped, and had his way with. Eventually they produced Mercury, the god of mischief, the god of merchants. Mercury governs over 5, the number 5. So that means people born under the 5th, 23rd, or 14th in their day number or destiny number are influenced by this great lord who has many names. Often you can see Mercury's insignia, the caduceus, the snake staffs, as his major icon because these two snakes symbolize Kundalini energy. Mercury is bringing the energy of power, the earth Shakti, into its communicative abilities. Mercury retrogrades 3 to 4 times a year because of its distance to the sun. It's in very close proximity. So as a result, the magnetism of the planet moves off axis, which goes on for about 3 weeks. So 3 weeks, 3 to 4 times a year, this planet is gonna go haywire and it's going to cause issues to people's devices, their computers, their cell phones. People have had injuries, sustained accidents with their phones. Electrical outlets have gone kaput because of this planet's axis and influences. In Vastu Shastra, in Feng Shui, Hindu Feng Shui, Mercury controls the northern direction. So any of these gods, Lakshmi, Kuber, Saraswati, they all sort of share the influence of Mercury, the northern direction. The known fact is that Mercury also controls winged creatures. So birds, for instance, are one of the symbols of Mercury. And so if a person has a dominance of Mercury, say the sign of Virgo or Gemini in their 6th house, they're more often inclined to get a bird for their first pet. Remedy that I find effective, which has been written by Valmiki and Guru Sage Vyasa and the other Sattva rishis, is to wear an emerald. It's said that emerald contains the cosmic vibration of Mercury. The pinky, known as the mount of Mercury, which feeds the meridian, the energetic line that gets right into your body or your nervous system, your endocrine system. Mercury harnesses the power through the emerald gemstone. The metal used for Mercury is Mercury itself. Liquid mercury can be harnessed with sulfuric acid to wield and mold the mercury into a clay-like substance which hardens. Mercury metal is suitable for the emerald gemstone. If you can't get mercury metal, you can also use silver. Silver is another substitute because it is the metal of the moon, who is Mercury's father. Wednesdays are governed by Mercury from the Latin word miércoles. Miércoles is also the day of the Hindu god Vishnu. So you can even pray to Vishnu to neutralize the effects of Mercury. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha, or Om Nam Narayana Namaha, while facing the north, because as I mentioned, that is the direction of Mercury. You who study astrology and are into astrological magic, which is manipulating the energies based upon the hours, there is a specific hour for every planet. For instance, Mercury will have a different hour from every day of the week. So you would have to use a planetary chart schedule to determine the necessary hour to work with Mercury. That cost can also be a variable and a factor. Some people can't always afford the emerald. They can be very costly. So it's recommended you can also get what's called a Mercury Yantra. Yantras are technologies that are activated through mantra. You activate the yantra through the mantra. A Bidra mantra is recited onto this copper plate 19 times. Bidra mantras are known as armor mantras. So you would chant Om Brahm Brim Braum Sah Buddhaya Namaha. Buddhi means intellect and mind. Mercury is known as Buddhaya because he's extremely intellectual. He rules the faculties of your mind. So Om Brahm Brim Braum Sah Buddhaya Namaha. You would hold that, activate the yantra, and keep it in the northern direction, or you keep it on you, which will also neutralize the effects of Mercury. Those of you who are into Kabalah, there is a Kabbalistic approach to invoking the energies of Mercury. In Kabalah, Mercury is known as Hod, or the splendor or the intelligence of God. Hod signifies divine intelligence. It also represents our thoughts again, so you can see cross-culturally the two systems match. The system in ceremonial magic known as pathworking or Solomonic magic. The basis of Solomonic magic utilizes seals and sigils of planets. For instance, the Olympic spirit that governs over the planet Mercury is known as Tirael. Tirael's Olympic script is written and encoded on a silver or quicksilver plate, consecrated during the months of June or in Virgo season, September, because that's when Mercury is in his prominence. When the plate is consecrated, it then is imbued with the essence and spirit of Mercury. After the seal is consecrated, the angel is invoked, or the Deva. Michael the Archangel is known as the Archangel of Mercury, while Raphael is the angel of Mercury. They reverse roles, where for the sun, Archangel Raphael becomes archangel and Michael becomes angel. They sort of like switch places, like president and vice president. People ask me, which fragrance should I use for the planet? Sandalwood is Mercury's favorite fragrance. For those of you who are having imbalances of Mercury, it's really good for you guys to use sandalwood oil or to just burn sandalwood incense. It's a great way to stimulate the vibration of Mercury. Those of you who practice Locumi or Santeria or Espiritismo or Palo Mayobe or Palo Monte. For those of you who follow the West African pantheon, Elegua, Eshu Elegua, is the Mercury of Africa. So you can also invoke him if you're having Mercury imbalances. Monday or Wednesday are appropriate. You have a little Elegua head, you offer him candy or toys. Candy corn is one of his favorite, or popcorn, because Mercury is a playful energy. Back to Hinduism, Ganesha is an aspect of Elegua. So you can also work with Ganesha to open the doorway for you. Ganesha is best friends with Saraswati and Lakshmi, who govern the northern quadrant. Full circle getting back to Mercury. So these are techniques and tools that you can use to better your life, especially when Mercury is causing havoc. Thank you so much for listening. That was a lot of information. Make sure you look over it. For those who are 5 people, especially pay attention to this video. Peace, love, namaste, shalom. Last thing I forgot to mention, Mercury governs over the lungs, the hands, the aunts, the uncles, and the cousins. So during this time, you may have miscommunications. Mercury also signifies a person's diet and appetite. So you may find yourself wanting to eat more or wanting to eat less. These fluctuations occur as a result of Mercury retrograde. That's the last thing I wanted to say. Enjoy the rest of your day.